Well, it's another windy day and cold, and I'm bundled up because it just rips right through your clothing. But I've want to do a little video of the grapple. Hopefully you guys can see it. The grapple in action. As you can see, it's already dirty. I've already used it for a couple of days and pretty happy with it. I'll shoot some video and you guys can see it working.
I found that the grapple works really good for the brush, but I found that the pallet forks work much better for scooping up the logs and stacking them on the pile. Red oak logs I'm planning to just saw into 8x8s.
Well, it's the end of the day. Another windy, cold day, but it's Saturday and today's my day off, so I've got to get it done. This was all the chaos of all the trees I dropped, and that's all cleaned up. We've got an enormous stump pile and the brush pile, which I'm going to try to push back with the excavator tomorrow. Quite a few logs. There's some hardwood logs around the corner. The sun's probably right in your eyes here. Let's see if I can get. So tomorrow I'm going to start nibbling away at these trees here. And you can finally see what it's going to look like because you're looking out into the field. Before, you're just looking out into trees here. So I wanted to take the time to show you those two trees. One is pretty straight, and the other one it's got all crooks in it. The crooks are caused from the white pine weevil, which is in the springtime. Female lays its eggs in the leader of the tree at any age. It could be a couple years old to as old as the tree grows. And basically when the eggs hatch, they kill the leader, so that the tree then wants to have a stem or a leader, so it one of the side branches competes, one or more of the side branches competes to be the leader. And in this is what drives it to be crooked, because you can see about 20 feet up there's a dead leader that didn't make it. It didn't compete, didn't win the competition, but in doing so there's a crooked there. And so a lot of that stuff, like look down here, a lot of this stuff is just so crooked it would be normally cut for pulp, but I don't have enough here to make a load of pulp. No one's going to show up here and pick up a partial load of pulp. There's no money in it, so unfortunately the stuff's too big to burn. So I'm gonna make a pile out back of just pulp, and then it's just gonna sit there and rot, because you can't saw anything. I've tried saw stuff out of it. It's a waste of time. So a lot of this is just gonna go to waste, unfortunately. And like this one here I'm standing in front of, I'll get what I can out of it. And then there's just going to be waste, and that's just the way it is. All thanks to the white pine weevil. Like that one over there is complete waste. I'm going to have to just cut it up. But I wanted to film showing, I wanted to put that on film, show you what's going on with these trees, why some are nice and straight. More than likely that one that is straight was shaded by the one next to it, and the weevils didn't attack it as much, though there is a couple spots in there that's bad. But over there in that section, the trees are much straighter. But the ones out front here, well, there's a mix. There's some good ones and there's some bad ones. And I'm just going to use what I can, be the most efficient, and the rest is just going to have to rot back into the ground, just like you and me. All right, I got to go fill up the chainsaw, and then I'll film some of this, of me limbing this stuff up. All right, see ya. Now you can get a better look at how crooked this log is. There's not a straight section in it. And unfortunately, I don't think I can get a piece out of the front. It's really just boards, and not very good boards, sheathing boards at best. But we'll use as much as we can, as much as I can, and we'll cut this one up and start on that one. All right, I'll look down this tree, much straighter. So I'll buck this. I'm not really cutting these to specific lengths. I'm really just cutting them to where the crooks are, as long as it lands on a 2-foot increment. And so I'll be able to get a bunch of stuff out of this, and it'll all go in the log pile. While we're here, let's look at the growth. This tree, every ring, every dark line is late wood, or that's when the cells are really close together, and the white wood between them is early wood, and that's in the spring. So here's the bark and the cambium layer, and the cambium divides. Half of it becomes bark, half of it becomes wood. So in the spring, these cells, which are the same as the dark ones, but they're just bigger, so that nutrients can go up and down the tree. And there you have it. So you can see that's pretty good growth for around here in New England. And it started to slow down a little bit. That's really not too bad. But as you can see, their trees are really competing for sunlight. You see it gets really thin up in here. So anyway, about 80 years is about the cycle when people are logging commercially. They want about 80 years growth, because the sawmills are set up for that kind of diameter. You get really big logs. I don't know what they do with them. There are some really big trees on this property, but I think I'm just gonna let them grow. I mean, the ones way out back I'll have to show you at some point. They're really big. They're 3 times this size, and I think they deserve to just stay. So I'm going to buck this one up, and I think that's it for today. I got to go back and do my real job. All right, so much for the fun.